This is the 15th edition of A Few Good Reviews. Pretty cool. And I run down albums that have come out lately, talk about them briefly, not really giving them in-depth reviews, but just talking about them because I wanted to mention them. Yeah, you know what it is by now. Yeah. What happened here, Arabrot? This was not very good. I mean, it's fine, but like their gospel album from 2016, which I've praised quite a bit on this channel on a few videos, um, yeah, it was aggressive. It was just ferocious. It just destroyed you. You were just like not sure where to fucking put your ears after listening to that album. It was so good. But this new one, like they went for these really cheesy vocals, and as a vocalist, he feels very timid. I guess he's just not really going for that same like anger, and that might be, that might be what they were going for. They might want to change things up, but it just didn't work out for the best, to be honest. I didn't really find this one as pleasing. Instrumentally, there were some hard-hitting moments, but it just felt a little bit like a weaker version of what they've done in the past. So yeah, I mean, try it if you want some rock music. If you've tried Arabrot before, maybe if you've like listened to some Ghost, because I know like the vocalist in Ghost can often have that over the top theatrical delivery, which I think is similar to what's going on here. Then yeah, you might like this, but nah, this wasn't as good. Black dresses, waist isolation. Oh boy, this was quite a journey. Yeah, this was horrific, really, wasn't it? Oh man, I hated the vocals on this album. I think musically it was fine. I think the crushing, like pummeling moments don't hit hard at all, though. Um, like it sounds pretty average. You know what I mean? Like you could listen to the Good Time soundtrack and get way more intensity from it than you would this Black Dresses band, or I don't actually know anything about them, but yeah, the vocals were horrendous. Like every now and then it would just be like so like Americanized, like you're watching like a really crappy teen comedy and it's like everything, oh my god, I'm not afraid, oh yeah, oh my god, oh yeah, like oh, I couldn't stand it, and it just tried going for this shock value all the way through. And you guys know when something tries something like that, I typically don't like it. Stuff like Eminem, JPEG Mafia, that kind of stuff. It just never resonates with me because I can just tell that the people involved are trying so hard to like give this horror. They're trying to like be scary, or they're trying to be in your face, and it just never impacts me. I'm just like, okay, yeah, you've not really done anything here that makes me feel anything. So yeah, I mean, try it out if you want some experimental electronic music, but yeah, the vocals will probably be hard to get used to. I understand that they're going for something very different and unique, but it's just not for me. This album is not very good. I mean, it's a man that has a lot of hate thrown at him while simultaneously getting a lot of love from people that I swear don't exist. Like those people on Twitter that defend Russ all the time. They aren't real, are they? There can't be 2 million people on Twitter that actually love and support that man. Like, where has that come from? If someone knows, tell me. But his music is incredibly sterile. It's incredibly stiff, honestly. Like a lot of the music on this album just doesn't really progress in any significant way, and as you get further into the album you get these really bland and uninspired as fuck pop rap tracks. You got a Rick Ross feature, which isn't terrible, but like, some of the beats are just trendy pop rap trash, and it starts off not that bad, but as you get further into the album you're just wondering why he went for this. And as a rapper, he doesn't always have all that much to say. I suppose Voicemail isn't a terrible song in terms of the subject matter, but everything else is just kind of dull. He's like Logic but without throwing in those random cringy lines every so often that Logic does. I must say the hate for this guy is definitely unwarranted. This is not a terrible album at all, so I don't think everything that people say about him is necessarily true. I know the hate usually comes from his antics and all his stuff, you know, his opinions and stuff like that. But don't listen to the people that say he releases like the worst music ever, because that's not true. This is just really average and dull and uninspired, to be honest, which is kind of worse than something being terrible, because at least you can laugh at it. But with Russ, you don't really get anything from it, so yeah. I'm gonna finish off with Bass or Baz. Milky Way, man. Oh, you can tell this is a Dreamville release because it's just absolutely. Uh, man, this guy, I mean, he started out a couple of years ago and that release was fine. I can't remember the name of it, but it was pretty alright. I quite liked the vibe of it, but this one was just completely dull. And then right at the end of the album, he finishes off with this friggin' banger like, we let, it just comes out of nowhere. It's kind of like that Tiana Taylor album where, like, right at the end, you get this random as fuck banger. And honestly, it's actually quite a good song to end off this album, especially considering the rest of the album just had nothing to it. It was incredibly lifeless. But yeah, I mean, J. Cole fans might like this, but I feel like they're just not going to get the same from it because lyrically, he's not really that good. But that last track, though, was pretty fun. It's like a dance hall trap banger, though, which I could get behind, to be honest. But yeah, not really anything to report here, but I guess that's kind of the artist he is. He might be the vibe type artist, but it's not for me. Yeah, that's it. Pretty negative, few good reviews this time. I guess it's just one of those occasions where the latest releases that I did want to talk about weren't particularly interesting or whatever. But if you have any thoughts on these albums, let me know. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good